Yo, what's going on Instagram Live? This is your boy, the one and only Honcho J23, coming to you live with another very dope edition of Independent Scene Podcast, episode 191. I want to take this opportunity right now to thank you guys for joining me this afternoon on this platform. It's truly amazing to be once again coming to you live and, once again sharing another dope guest with you. Today, we got a really dope guest in the building. He is the author of his brand new book, No Fear, No Worries, No Apologies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the man himself, Lord Phly. We got my man Lord Phly in the motherfucking building, guys. So I cannot wait to chop it up with him. We're gonna get some wisdom, we're gonna get some advice, we're gonna get some knowledge, the whole 9 yards. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest right here back to the show for episode 191. My guy, my homie, my bro, my role model, however you want to address this man. This is the guy. Let's get it, Lord Phly. Guys, what's going on with y'all? I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping in. What up? What's going on, my guy?
How y'all doing?
What's going on with you, brother?
What's good, man? What's good? I'm out here on the set of the L's Up. What's good, Key? I'm on the set of the, you know what I'm saying? On the project out here in Morehead City.
Most definitely. First of all, man, I gotta welcome you back to the show, man. It's always a dope pleasure chopping it up with you, man. I'm always inspired whenever you come through, man. So what's been going on with you, man?
I appreciate you. A little bit of everything. I've been a little bit of everywhere, but if nothing else, and laid this foundation solid for, of course, you see the book. Been going up with the mural projects. Connected with some great individuals. Shouts to my guy Dotso Sway and the L gang, L's Up, you already know. Over there at More Life Studios. Shouts to my man Mike Blaze. We done a lot, worked on a lot. Shouts to Shaba Parker. We got a boat party this Sunday. I mean, man, the summer's going up. We just really been working, but the right way. Making sure that it's productive work. It's things that we need to happen, not just doing shit.
Most definitely. For those of you that don't know who you are, I need you to introduce yourself to people, and then we're gonna jump right into it.
Well, for those that don't know me, I'm Lord Phly. Spell it right, never get it wrong. It's LORDPHLY. The international man of mystery, the inspirational rock star at your service. Always inspiring, motivating, growing the situation, growing the person. Whatever it is I'm connected to with that message, never apologize for being dope. And we on this train, this mindset of undeniable energy and going to get our 6, 7, 8 figures, nothing less. That's the standard of foundation. So don't believe that I'm saying that with any energy that I just want 6, 7, 8 figures. No, that's the foundation. So even if we fall, which we won't go backwards and we won't go sideways, just forward and upward. But if by chance we fall down, we land on 6, 7, 8 figures, nothing less. So that's why I say that, because that's the foundation. We're going up from there, forward and upward. L's, baby, L's. What's good? Double R, real right.
Most definitely. So first things first, man, I gotta get into it, man, because I gotta tell you, this book right here, man, you really put your all into this book. And I read at least about 4 or 5 chapters, man. So we gotta talk about the book first, man.
Okay.
So what made you want to create this entire book, bro? This book is, bruh, I'm trying to tell you.
Well, if nothing else, anybody that knows me or has watched me, seen me, got any bit of in tune with me, knows I love to talk. I love to just provide this undeniable energy with my voice and make sure I'm affirming myself, affirming other people, just ensuring that we pushing forward and upward together. But with that, I'm all about legacy and a solid foundation and being remembered, not only as myself and gaining the respect on that, but for the message that I spread. Never apologize for being dope. So if nothing else, throughout our history, how you remember things is the literature, the books. Think about the Bible is written and it's been passed over centuries. It's, for a long time. So it's like, well, I want that same type of appeal, that approach, that impact with my message and my words. So it's like, man, well, let's publish some of these words. Let's put some of these tips, these guidelines, these affirmations, testimonials. Let's give it some space for people to write and do what they need to do. So if nothing else, I'm not telling a story. I'm more so bringing you into my mind, allowing you to understand the message a little bit more, and then be able to take those things and push forward with them. So nothing else, man. Just making sure every bit of me is undeniable and providing the tools and tips and every which way I can. Literature, artwork, you know, we in the music now. We doing that, whatever we got to do. We just making it happen. That's the biggest thing we doing.
Well, and again, I must say, man, you are truly a man on a mission, man, and I love everything that you're doing. So I gotta also mention when I read this book, man, uh, I definitely was able to learn a few things about you, and as well as learn some things about myself, man. And like I said, guys, if you haven't had the opportunity to read the book, you need to go and get you a copy
Go
because
get that.
I'm telling you,
They available.
I'm
They
telling you, you're gonna
available.
read
Get
this
you
book.
one. No fear, no words, no apologies.
Like you're gonna read from cover to cover. But let me ask you this, man. So in writing this book, man, like you've always been a person of action and always giving wisdom and advice. But throughout this process, did you think that you would be the author that you are and be able to fully express yourself through a book?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no. A lot of the times, I am fearlessly and, of course, with the direction of forward and upward, but fearlessly attacking whatever's in front of me. And then, if challenged at all or made to believe that I'm not capable, or if nothing else, intrigued by something, then I'm gonna jump headfirst into it. And then as I said, everything that I do is about creating a legacy, being remembered for who I am, the message I spread, the energy that I provide. So with that, the book it seemed like it made the most sense. It made the most sense when I'm one of making sense, and I can't believe it took this long to do something like that. But I mean, hey, everything happens in its own time. It happens when it's supposed to. I'm a firm believer of that. So I just move forward and upward with that energy.
Most definitely. Okay. So let me ask you this. So now,
Yes, sir. We
and
all we got.
so also, in writing this book, it's a lot of chapters in this book, man. So I got to ask you, what's been, even though you wrote the book, but like for you yourself personally as the author of the book, what was one of your favorite chapters that you can recall writing that you said like, yo, like this is really gonna help somebody or speak to generations or speak to the world?
If nothing else, it was the prologue, the very beginning, like
Okay.
introducing people to Lord Phly and letting them know the foundation for which I came. Like it wasn't just dropping out of the sky. It was definitely a transition. It was a process, like anything. Learning myself in order to know myself, so I can be myself. So, without being a person that talking like I know everything, or even you calling me wise, and the way that the way you've spoken about me, like in that, I just focus heavily on ensuring I speak truth, that I bring undeniable energy, and I'm inviting and making sure that we all pushing forward together. We all we got. As my man Fat Boy tell me, you know what I'm saying? So if with that being said, introducing people to the person, to the entity, to the journey, the transition, so they could maybe gain more context on the whys. I'm always who, what, when, where, why, and how. So my why and where it came from and how it came about. Like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. I spent life as a caterpillar, spent a little time in a cocoon, and I popped out, and Lord Phly was here. And the international man of mystery, inspirational rock star, not going nowhere. To my last breath, you're gonna get undeniable energy. No fear, no words, no apologies about it.
Most definitely. Okay. So now I kind of want to switch gears because again, you're a man of many talents, man, and you know,
Appreciate that.
I truly, I'm again, like I said at the top of the show, man. I'm truly inspired by everything that you do, man. So I gotta address, these arts and murals, man, and paintings that you've done, over the course of time, all across the world, man. What has been your inspiration, putting together these murals, these arts, these paintings, these things that people can see that shows the versatility of who you are?
Honestly, I'm inspired by the new things to come about. Like I'm one of faith and purpose. So, in the beginning it was a lot of faith, a lot of purpose, and not much understanding of what the inspired by the new things that I get to experience. Being Lord Phly, the people that I impact, the people that I touch, I definitely leave my mind open to all new experiences, just to ensure that I'm continuing to learn, know, and be my dope self. Not to be a person believing that I'm standing at the top of the mountain telling everybody what they should be doing. More so in the front of the line, turned around, talking backwards, telling everybody what we would deal with up ahead. So with that being said, just the murals allow me to leave a little bit of that undeniable energy in places, be able to speak uh, endlessly, even without being in the room or being at a place. You know, that's why I leave so many affirmations and words within my art, because I want people to read and affirm for themselves as much as I'm going to affirm and say those things to myself and say them to other people. I want other people to read them and take them in, like really get that energy and be able to, nothing else, push forward in whatever way they see fit. I believe everything that you see and everything that you believe in yourself to be able to do, you can make happen. So
Okay, okay. So now let me ask you this, man, because we all have our own personal journeys and experiences, man. And even now with the world being the way it is, and things shifting and changing, man, how do you feel about all of these things that are transpiring all over the world?
how I feel, how I feel is honestly,
From Laura Fly's perspective.
I mean, how I feel is honestly, it pains me, it hurts me, it saddens me, but at the same time, it fuels me, because if nothing else, I know it's a time where people are needing of perspective, people are needing of understanding, people are needing of that undeniable energy. You know, I say I have, but with that, making sure that I'm offering context and ensuring that people are actually understanding what's going on and how to push forward through it. Like, time to really take a step back, stop going everywhere, stop thinking about everything and everybody else, and pay attention to what was important. Of course, first health, and then after that, you know, who you are and what it is that you put out into this world. The energy that you put out, you start to understand that you get it back. And with that, you want to change those things. You want to change your approach to things. People were leaving their jobs and, working from home or starting businesses. So with all the things that happen in the world, I believe they needed to happen for us to really understand and push forward the right way. So,
Most
I take
definitely.
them all in stride. I don't, as I said, I was hurt. I'm saddened, all of the feelings anyone could feel. Pretty sure I felt, just because I'm an empathetic person and I'm seeing these things while in my own life, I'm starting to progress, but I'm progressing because of the timing and what is needed. Hello?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's the thing, and I definitely get that, because like I said, you have some people that are struggling with so many different things, and when you come across somebody like yourself who is truly motivating and inspiring and impactful, man, it really can change the trajectory of somebody's life, man. So I definitely again got to give credit to where credit is due, man. You are truly the GOAT out here in North Carolina, man. You have truly been putting on and putting on for the city, man. And it's almost like I told you, like I get super excited when I know I get to talk to Phly, because I'm like, yo, I get to talk to my brother. He gonna give me some knowledge. I get a chance to learn from him. You know what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards. But let me ask you this though. So, and out of everything that you do, out of everything that you have accomplished, man, like, what has been your go-to? What has been your message behind all of what you do, aside from just the normal stuff that people know from you or know about you?
Be original, be authentic, be fearless, be relentless, be limitless, and who you are and what you set out to achieve. Of course, the world is plenty plenty full of distractions, things that, and not all distractions are good or bad or whatever the case may be. I don't really look at life that way. I take things as they are, understanding and move forward and upward. So with that, just being authentic, being original, ensuring that you are being your full self in everything you do, not compartmentalizing and being this person over here or around these people, like being not necessarily the same, because we always grow, we grow, we adapt to situations and surroundings, but there's a core character, there's a core sense and spirit and aura to you, and tapping into that allows you to achieve whatever it is that you set out to. So, of course, the message is never apologize for being dope, dope being self being you. What it's all about is just truly being you, but understanding who that person is so you can understand how to be all of that person and whatever it is that you are involved in. Even when you're just sitting in a room by yourself with the lights off, with nothing going on, how do you be the best you in that time? Are you really reflecting and understanding what you need to do when you leave out of that room? Or are you dwelling in emotion and just feeling a way to where that room is more so in control of you than you being more so in control of it? So with anything, just being on top of yourself, being in tune and in control of who you are. And being in control means understanding that you're only in control of what you say and what you do. Ensure substance and reason with all of it. But with that being said, make sure being in control of that, you understand what comes along with it, what comes along with the energy you put out, what comes along with things that you say, what you're doing, where you're going, all of these things. So asking yourself those simple questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how,
Most
ensures
definitely.
that you know yourself. And asking those around you ensures you got dope people in your corner. And then, hey, you got some great things that can be accomplished. So,
Most definitely. Now let me ask you this, man, and I gotta ask this because this is also an obvious question. I'm sure you probably get this question a lot, man. But you know, with everything that you, again, like I said, with everything that you're doing and everything that's combined together, man, does Phly get any sleep? I mean, do you at all?
oh, uh, every once in a while, I definitely have worked to focus more on getting the specific sleep that I need. Like everybody doesn't need the same amount of sleep. Everybody doesn't sleep all that much. I definitely grab what I need, but now that things are starting to go up, I'm understanding how to actually be in charge of my own time. I say time is a luxury, own it, don't waste it. And I wouldn't say others have wasted my time, but I've definitely not owned it myself. I maybe shelled it out a little more than I needed to or was supposed to. So now just understanding what I need to focus my time to, where I need to be in those times. So of course, getting that time where I get to lay down and just relax my mind. It's not really even about sleep. It's just about rest, relaxation, being able to rejuvenate yourself, refresh your mind, all those things. So I definitely am doing better with that and getting a little bit more of it. Not too much, but I'm getting some.
Right, right. Now, with all these different projects that you're doing, man, because you, again, like I said, you do a lot. You're always on the go. You're always on the move, man. And I tell people all the time, anytime you see Phly, saying out in the valley, he's always on a mission. So, it leads me to my next question. So, with that being said, is there a time where you feel like sometimes the pressure gets to be too much when you're doing so many different things at so many different times? It's like being a high demand, basically.
That's a good question. Not necessarily pressure. It doesn't become pressure. I believe, you know, pressure is simply the pressure that's created around you is simply from what you are capable of, what people believe you're capable of, and actually getting it done. So showing up, showing out every time, I never have a pressure with that. Understanding the nuances and the things that go into the levels that I'm starting to reach and the people that I'm connecting to and dealing with, and now more business being introduced because, Lord Fly, I'm a messenger. I set out to be that. That's my purpose. Now, with that, I'm capable of some things and been doing some things. And with the time and effort and, all those things, we've accumulated a lot. So with that, business has to be introduced. So I would say you know, it becomes a more in-depth process to understand the transitions, to understand how to actually do it the correct way. And I don't believe the right way is up to anyone else but time and being prepared and putting your best foot forward. So with that, just ensuring that I'm always prepared for what I involve myself in, always prepared for what may come my way. And no, of course, the unknown is forever out there. But with that, you know yourself well enough to tackle anything that you set your mind to. So with that, like I said, it doesn't become pressure. It definitely becomes a little bit more, maybe sitting down a little bit more, a little bit more planning, a little bit more focus, more listening, which you always got to listen, especially being a person that talks for a living. You got to listen. So with that, just it becomes a little bit more. It's not pressure. It's not, harder. It's just a little bit more, which of course requires a little bit more in specific areas. But hey, we take it in stride. We make sure we get it done.
Okay, okay. Now I gotta also, and again, I appreciate you for speaking on that, by the way. But I also
No
gotta
problem.
address, I definitely gotta address the attire, man, because anytime anybody see you, you're always, you got I like to, or at least I would like to think that you got the most flyest, dopest gear ever, and and with branding yourself. So, what got you on that journey, on that path to say, what, I'm gonna create my own create my own logos, create my own brand, and then be able to present it to the world?
I mean, as I said before, everything with me is being distinct, being undeniable, being original, being authentic. Because to be the person or the entity pushing people to be themselves, you definitely have to be one to stand out yourself. And I believe my whole life I've been this way, like, just a distinct figure, distinct character, kind of done my own thing while understanding how to, I guess, how to put it together, so to speak. So with the gear and Lord Phly, it's just making sure that I'm remembered in whatever way possible so people can get back to the foundation. Never apologize for being dope. So it's from what I wear to what I say to, where I am, the things that you see me involved in, the things that you do. I just want all of those things to speak volumes. I want them to speak that undeniable energy that I'm always talking about. So I just stay in that. I've always been a fashionable person. I, like clothes and those things, but always wanting to do it distinct to me. Like, even if you get a shirt that someone 20 other people can get, it's just doing a little something to it or making it a little, just so people know this is yours. Like, yeah, you got it from here, but nah, this is my shirt. So
Right.
that's just how I've
Right.
been. So that transition into, okay, well, I learned and understood how to make my own, and then I can create logos and create these things. And I've had my own logo for a decade plus now. So with that, it was just making sure the things that I saw, not copying or doing any of those things, but being inspired by, and ensuring that I was creating my own in every way possible. And it doesn't mean that I won't wear other people's things or do things with other people. It's just ensuring that whatever I do or whoever, I have some stake in it myself. I have some understanding of it myself. So then I know how to speak on behalf of it. I know how to represent it. I know how to wear it confidently. With all that being said, you just want to have confidence in everything you do. And that's how I gain it.
Okay, okay. So real quick, again, switching gears, man, because I need you to talk directly to the people, man, because like I said before, we have a lot of people out here that are dealing, with mental health issues, that
Mm-hmm.
being, depression, anxiety, low
Mental health awareness
self-esteem,
month.
low confidence, things of that nature. And I need you to talk to them because they need some advice. They need some words of wisdom on how to continue to keep going and keep moving forward throughout their day, throughout their life, throughout their process. What can you say to them to keep them motivated?
I'm going to challenge them. For one, I'm going to challenge them. I was challenged yesterday, the day before, by my man Mike Blaze, 30 days to take a step back, reassess. If it's taking a break from social media, if it's, not dealing with or talking to certain people, going to certain places, just really taking your step back and really understanding what it is that you need for yourself to push forward and upward in the life that you want to live. No longer living a life that you believe you have to deal with or looking up like, why is this happening to me? No, you want to know what's happening to you and why. You want to know where you're going and what goes on there and what can come from it. Of course, there's always some, unknown to everything. But with that, you can definitely have a core foundation of understanding of yourself, of the people you deal with, the places you go, the things that you involve yourself in, the foods you eat. So it's just being specific and understanding who you are as a person. But to do that, you got to take a step back, 3 steps back, however many you believe it takes. Take a step back, really sit down, really, really relax your mind, and then start to answering those questions for yourself. The basic ones: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And yes, as simple as it sounds, and as much as you may believe you have those answers, sit yourself down, turn everything off. It's just you, yourself, and ask those questions. I'm pretty sure a few of you will think you have an answer, but then realize that maybe it's different than what you thought, or maybe it needs to be something else. And with that, believing in that and actually pushing forward with the things that you learn of yourself. As I said, learn yourself to know yourself so you can be yourself. Learn yourself in order to know yourself so you can be yourself. You will be shocked, awed, surprised at all the things that you will accomplish in a shorter time than what you even believe. That 5-year goal, you accomplish it in 2. That 2-year goal, you accomplish it in 6 months, just because now you understand yourself more, so you understand those things that you need to do. But it's really going to be the challenge of taking a step back and understanding what's to happen for you next, understanding what it is that you need to do next, understanding what you need to say next, where you need to go. Yes, tomorrow is Wednesday. So if you can't do it today, do it tomorrow, the day after. Just make sure I challenge you to take that time, take a step back, and really ask yourself those simple questions so you can really push forward with the understanding, the information, the knowledge, the confidence, the energy, the love for yourself, the respect for yourself to get whatever it is that you see fit accomplished. And I believe you do that. There's no fear, no worries, no apologies about it.
Most definitely. Now let me get your thoughts on the music scene, man, because North Carolina, it's been blowing up musically, man, and
Well,
you know
for the music scene, hold up. Music scene, my man Shane Gang, y'all when you speak to consistency
y'all
and you
give it a
speak to
second.
drive,
Y'all know how technical difficulties go.
oh, no
Yo,
worries. Y'all, oh, yo,
all right, so I'm gonna need
yo.
you to repeat that because I'm gonna need you to repeat it because you went out on me. You said what?
Oh,
Shame gang? What?
oh, nah. Y'all just need to pay attention to Shane Gang because as much as I believe there are names and people and entities that get a lot of promotion, a lot of things, Shane Gang is one that's been consistent before I was even involved in anything in the music scene. I've seen him. He's been active, and now you can see the things that he's been doing. That consistency, like man, Blossom. He was just in the studio with Dave East playing music the other day. A place that I believe any artist within their own right will want to be around other artists that are accomplished and doing their thing, to where there's a respect game. The foundation is respect. So if nothing else, respect, love, energy, the Shame Gang. Respect, love, energy to my man Spade, my man Spooker 60, young boy. He been going up. He been doing this thing. Like I gotta say, like all love to him. It has nothing to do with my connection to, you know, him and the things that we do together. It's really his spirit, his aura. Like me, he genuinely knows and believes he's going to change the world with his music. And that's how I feel and believe and see myself with my message. So that type of energy, is always going to impact and affect me. Shouts to Rasta. Just see him, he doing this thing. He over there with Steven the Dream doing interviews. Shit, man, it's a laundry. Shouts to Rome Jeter and Madison J. Shouts to they tape. You already know they
Yes,
got a lot of
sir.
great things going. Shouts to Chulo, Nero. Y'all know God Brother still spinning, still doing this thing. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I mean, shouts to Dude, shouts to Mike. I mean, I could go names. I got names. Y'all see me around a bunch of people all the time. All the time. Shouts to Bad Habit. I seen Booney in here, so shouts to Bad Habit. Let me see. Shouts to the media outlets. Shouts to all of the people that are actually connecting the dots the real right way. Not just doing stuff for their own exposure, but actually piecing, putting it together. Shouts to Party Boy. Shouts to Coco. Shouts to Mir I Am. Shouts to, the names that of course, but it's ones behind the scenes. Shouts to my man Black Storm. Y'all better shout to my man Black Storm. Because when it comes to people saying they need management, representation, things to go their way, and then the energy being shown outside, there's no way y'all not seeing Black Storm, which means I know y'all see and feel Money Michi because she famous now. She TikTok famous, she real life famous, she everything famous. So it's a lot of names, and excuse me if I've forgotten anybody or didn't say anybody. I'm still in paint mode, and I'm going off the fly. But of course, no, it's all love, all blessings. Shouts to the city, shouts to the state, shouts to everybody. If nothing else, just putting the best foot forward and ensuring that they're being heard, they're being seen, they're being respected, they're being embraced. Because if nothing else, I believe, and I said it earlier, art is truly about invoking emotion. You never know what emotion you're going to invoke in someone. But with that, you want to believe that you do, and you want to make sure you get that accomplished. And I believe there's some real great people out here doing so. So all love, all blessings to him.
Most definitely. Most
King
definitely.
Couture, shout out to him.
Definitely shouts out to everybody, what I'm saying, doing their thing and pushing and striving, man. So let
Trey
me ask
KH.
this. So let me
My
ask
bad.
this, man. I've been knowing you for quite some time, man, and I had you a while back on my on one of the I want to say one of the very beginnings of my show, and I think I remember talking to you about it, man. And
For sure.
you've been so supportive, ever since, man. So I gotta ask, what's to know that the bond that you and I have, what I'm saying, what has that been like for you to know that you and I've been able to connect and be able to, bring things like this to fruition?
Man, if nothing else, man, I'm always appreciative of those that when I connect with, I'm able to uh, pour into and have them pour into me as far as energy goes and time, effort, support. Because we speak of it in the world today. You don't really know. There's so much nonsense, so much crazy things. You want to be in the know of the people that really are behind you, really actually iron sharpens iron. So
Mm-hmm.
those other swords, you want to ensure that you're connected to them and y'all sharpening each other. So I've been very appreciative of just having another sword to sharpen, to push forward, to if nothing else, promote, connect, speak highly of, just those things really push me forward, because being the person that's what I live for. I'm not always in the I'm not always in the space where I know who's who and what's what, because I'm so
Right.
much everywhere and doing everything. But I definitely know those solid ones that I have, and will continue to push forward and be swords to and for. So
Most definitely. So let me ask you this. So with all the traveling that you do, how exciting is that to know that you get to go pretty much somewhere everywhere and just really spread your message and spread your gifts and your talents with the world that may not know?
got got to go further. Got to go further. You know, I say international man of mystery, so it's really pushing it to be international. Like really touch. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever been to every country, but you know, to touch a good portion of them, to touch every continent. Maybe except Antarctica, it's a little cold there. But even with that, if the penguins need some inspiration, some motivation, some undeniable energy, then we're gonna give it to them. It's simply wanting to be true to the things that I say, what I live for, and to truly impact and change this world with a message. And I believe the only way to do so is to truly touch the people, to truly go to these places. And yes, we live in an age where you can touch a place digitally, or, you know, online, or whatever the case may be. But me, I'm a ground floor type of person. I like to get up, get at it, get to it, and impact on the ground level. Even if I am impacting in the major ways, I still touch the ground floor, touch the hands of the people, feel the energy, so we can make sure that they're feeling us and we're doing it the right way. So, you know, definitely just appreciative of all I have been able to move around and travel, and all I have been able to get done. But with that being said, knowing that there's so much more to do, there's much more work to get done. And as long as I have breath and energy and spirit and soul within this human form, then that's what's gonna happen. That's what I'm gonna get done.
Most definitely. Now I gotta also address this because I happened to see a post of yours, and this was probably maybe a couple of weeks back, and you were surrounded by a bunch of kids. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the kids love Lord Fly, so being able to connect with the kids, man, the kids that are growing up, the kids that are watching you and seeing everything that you're doing, man. You know, I'm sure they're all inspired by you in some way, form, or fashion. So I gotta ask, what's that like? You know, being able to touch the kids and being able to connect with them, you know, on levels that, you know, they're going to eventually at some point be able to learn on their own.
I mean, that's that's truly where the undeniable energy, you know, comes from. I believe and still see myself as a kid at heart. Yes, I'm a grown man. Don't play. But with that, you know, a kid at heart, like that energy lives within me. And, you know, anytime around kids, that's what comes out the most. Yes, I'm able to do some things that maybe inspire and motivate them, but I'm inspired and motivated by being around them, being able to talk and laugh and play. Now, at times, it becomes a little unique because I'm learning this I guess people looking up to you, kids looking up to you. That's a little new for me, like, because I still see myself as one of the people,
Right.
as one of the kids. So to, you know, stand out or stand above definitely gets a little tricky. And it's like, oh man, like, because sometimes they stare, or sometimes it's just like, oh my God, you're here, and that's new for me. So I, you know, I'm gonna awkwardly grin, I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna break the awkwardness by, you know, just playing around and just ensuring that the kids know that, man, with all of this, I'm still just like y'all. I learned a little bit. I'm growing every day, but I still want to do what I want to do, have fun doing it, make sure I'm not hurting nobody. Still
Most
curious
definitely.
and still want to learn. So nothing else. I just make sure I stay in that mindset, especially when I'm around the kids.
Most definitely. And so my last two things I want to ask, man, you know, being out here in North Carolina, man, and again, like we've said, you know, a time and time again, you know, you have inspired so many, you've touched so many, man, you have spreaded your message and your love and your gifts all over, and everybody is feeling it. But I gotta ask this, man, you know, was there ever a time, even growing up, was there even a time that you thought like this was something that was, you know, destined for you, or was this something that you knew for yourself, like, yo, I have to conquer this?
Uh, well, before Lord Fly, I was very much one of just being everything I could for everybody but myself. All I wanted to do was create something nobody had ever created. I wanted to do something and be remembered for something nobody had ever been remembered for. Like that's what I was thinking about at 19 years old.
I appreciate y'all for tapping in for real, y'all. I see y'all
Hey,
down there.
hey, what's good, y'all? What's good? The respect for which, you know, people move with me, you know, on my word, the things I create, the things that I do. So honestly, in transition to Lord Phly, it would simply change the world with a message. I didn't know how, I didn't know what it would take, who would be around, who would be connected. It's just like, this is what I know my purpose is calling me to do. Spread this message. Ensure I create and inspire. How I do so is the message, never apologize for being dope. So now being in a space where I'm definitely closer and closer to doing so, you know, and I've done a lot more to where there's realities to these things that I know years ago I was speaking, as I said earlier, based on faith, my purpose, what I knew and believed that I could do, but there weren't many realities present. And if nothing else, that adds to why I go so hard, because before there weren't any realities. Now I wanted to create my own reality. Shouts to Crimey Dealers, creating reality in my eyes. That was, as much as before meeting them, that was the focus I had. Now knowing them, they definitely add to that energy. So that's what it is, just ensuring that what I see in my mind, what I see and I set out to do actually takes place, and being willing to do whatever it takes, fearlessly, relentlessly, limitlessly, getting it done.
Most definitely, most definitely. And last and finally, man, you know, what can we, the supporters, the true supporters, and the people that ride with you, man, what can we be expecting from you for the rest of 2021, man? What could we be on the lookout for?
Be on the lookout for more extraordinary, more undeniable, more lavish, I can say, more lavish and luxurious things. We definitely gonna start ensuring we put that value next to Lord Phly, so people are understanding the growth and respect level to that degree, but not only to ensure that I'm able to create even more limitlessly, fearlessly, relentlessly. So now expect more growth, expect more awareness, expect more outreach, more, expect more, expect more, and know that when it comes, you won't be able to deny that it happened. And you damn sure gonna know that it was Lord Phly, the international man of mystery, only inspirational rock star you know, at your service, making sure no fear, no worries, no apologies is the message, is the energy, is the aura that rings out loud, like outside and everywhere. I want everybody to embrace this message, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to ensure they do so. Expect to see me connected to a little bit of everything and everybody on the highest of levels, because it's there, not it's coming, it's there, and we only going further and further. Forward and upward is the way. 6, 7, 8 figures, nothing less. Let's get it.
That part, that part. And well, with that being said, real quick, let the people know where they can follow and tap in with you at, bro.
Well, y'all know, spell the name right. Do not get it wrong. Yeah, I've been doing better with that too. People be knowing, like, nah, bro, it's a P, right? Yeah, LORDPHLY. That's Lord Phly, the international man of mystery, the inspirational rock star. You can get in tune with me, of course, on any social or anywhere digital. If you search that name and spell it right, you'll find me. IamLordPhly.com is the site. That's where you can get updates. That's where you can get merch or connect with me, reach out for consultations, do whatever it is that you need to do. Or somebody can just put a Lord Phly light in the sky. You never know. I may fly around, buzz, and land right on you. You just never really know with Lord Phly. It's the international man of mystery. Somebody told me, like, man, you like, where's Waldo? Like, yeah, you can never really find him. When you did, it was on to the next page because he was somewhere else. You got to look for him. You got to find him. You just know inspiration, motivation, and growth are sure to follow anywhere that Lord Phly is, anywhere that he's been, anywhere that he will be.
Most definitely. And well, with that being said, Lord Phly, bro, I cannot express enough to you how much I have enjoyed this conversation, man.
Appreciate you.
I gotta tell you, man, I tell you all the time, I'm always empowered by, you know, just the things that you say, man. And so it's always good to connect with somebody like you, man. Once again, guys, you know, I need you guys to go out and purchase the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Purchase the book. It's available right now. Go get it. Go read it. Hey,
Get your copy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's still doing it now. Are you still doing the book tours for people to sign, for you to sign the book?
I mean, I keep a couple copies on me. So if you bump into me and you ask me, you never know. I may have one on me, and I'll definitely sign those. I've left some copies in some specific places. Black Friday Market, More Life Studios. May have some in the Crimey Dealers Mini Mart real soon. So, you know, with those, I may leave some signed copies. We taking it up as far as setting the tone and the standard. It's not going to be a lot of you just get fly when you want to. No, you got to find them, because if nothing else, I'm somewhere doing the same thing for other people and other entities that you will want me to do for you. Now, with that being said, we extending the reach. So just make sure you stay in tune. Hit the site. If you see me and you're able to talk to me, get your book then. Don't do that. Oh, man, I'm going to get a book from you this time because I may not have any. They may get gone, and then you got to go to Amazon because they're available everywhere. So don't believe that you limited to just getting it from me or the site. No, you can get it anywhere. I just understand people want that extra sauce and that signature on it. So to get that, you got to stay in tune with Lord Phly, the fly on the wall. You know, I'm always somewhere doing something, most of all, inspiring, motivating, growing the situation, the person, the people, the places, the things, whatever it is that I'm connected to. So find me. That's what I'm going to say. Find me. I promote. I tell you where I'm at half the time. It's like the Truman Show with Lord Phly. So if you just tune into the live, you'll probably be able to drop right in on me. And with that being said, if you do, make sure you support and make sure you're bringing that energy with you. And make sure you never apologize for the dope that you possess. There's no fear, no worries, no apologies. Lord Phly.
Most definitely, most definitely. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my time. Big shouts out to Lord Phly for tapping in with us right here on episode 191. I've enjoyed every single one of you. We thank you guys for joining us and tuning in. Make sure you guys go follow my man. Make sure you follow him, tap in with him. Definitely definitely a dope individual out here in Canada doing this thing. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I thank you. I will see you guys next time on another edition of Independent Scene Podcast. We out of here, guys.